Hi friends, welcome back. So today I am going to refresh my breakfast nook. Now I love this space. It's one of my favorite parts of our home, but it has never really felt finished to me. I was never intentional with styling it. So we're going to do an overhaul and refresh the space. So I'm going to head to the thrift store and I'm just looking for pieces that I could style just to, give it some new life. So let's see what we find today. Must Marketplace is one of my favorite thrift stores. They always have really good home decor here, so I felt like this would be the perfect place to find what I'm looking for my refresh. Now, you guys know I love a good cut glass or crystal dish. This is actually an ashtray, but I would repurpose it as a catch-all. The theme for 2026 in my home is adding more color back into it. So I'm always looking for little dishes like these and just little pops of color when I can find them. This is not something I would normally thrift, but this bag of fruit caught my eye because I love the idea of styling this in a bowl on the table in my breakfast nook. For this refresh, I want to mix in a lot of different textures and just have layers displayed on the table. So I'm checking out the glass section to see what catches my eye here. Normally, I love a good crystal candlestick, but I actually have a million of these, so I don't need that. And this jar, I like the lid and I like the texture on the lid, so I might use this. Now, I love a thrifted pillow and I'm obsessed with this shade of green. It's very muted. I feel like this would add a lot of warmth in my breakfast nook. Maybe if I put it in a chair. So I'm going to see if I can find more. I really like this vase. It's really simple and I love the ridging on it. I do want to display some faux florals. So I don't want to get anything crystal or see-through. So I think this will be perfect. Now, this has nothing to do with the refresh, but being an Atlanta native, I had to stop and take a look. This stuff was new with tags, and I went to the Olympic Games in '96 when I was a kid, so I had to grab these. So I found a few items that I think will work in this space. So I did pick up this vase. It was only $1. It does have a little blue spot on it, so I'm just gonna see if that will wipe off. I did get that really big bowl of fruit. However, I don't need it all, so I'm just gonna use the grapes and the pears, and I think that will be enough. And then I also found this glass Kolsch. I think it's really beautiful. I don't know if I'm gonna use this in the space, but I had to get it because at least if I don't, I could just put it in my kitchen and style it with muffins or cookies or something like that. So this is what I got from the thrift store, and I'm gonna start to pull it all together. I wanted to take everything down so that we could really start fresh. So we removed the curtain rods, the curtains, and the light fixture. Just taking the curtains down made such a big difference. I wanted the art to feel really intentional here, so I picked something that I felt really cozy, and I love that it looks handmade. I added these curtains to soften the space and bring in some warmth. I wanted something that felt classic and not too heavy, and I love that they have a subtle floral pattern. So I partnered with Quince for this refresh because they focus on making really beautiful pieces from high quality materials, but without the traditional markup. One thing I appreciate about Quince is their focus on premium materials such as organic cotton, European linen, and premium craftsmanship. Their pieces feel timeless and are designed to last. Okay, this light completely changed the entire space. This is from Quince and it's that perfect mix of modern and classic, which is exactly what I was going for here. It looks like something you'd find at a much higher price point. The shape adds just enough interest without feeling busy, and it makes the whole nook feel a lot more elevated. I wanted the table to have a statement piece, so I added this rattan tray from Quince to anchor everything together. This is one of those pieces that instantly makes a space feel more put together, and I love the texture. These are some of my favorite faux hydrangeas that I had laying around, so I thought that these would be a perfect addition. So I actually thrifted these candlestick holders several years ago, and I did see those crystal ones in the store, but I thought these would be a better fit. I picked up this bowl from a market earlier this summer, and I knew that this would be perfect for this space with the fruit in it, and I just love how this has come together. Typically, I'm hesitant on having like matching sets, like the coaster and the tray, but this actually turned out really good. So I decided to put everything in a group of 3 so that it feels balanced but not too perfect. Odd numbers tend to just look more natural to the eye and it doesn't look overly styled. I also mixed heights and texture so that it feels layered and really clean. This is kind of what makes things feel curated over cluttered. All right, so that is it for today's refresh. If you liked any of the items that I used, I will link them below so that you can check them out. And don't forget, if you're new to Quince, you can receive $20 off your first order by signing up for their emails. Thank you so much for coming along with me today. And thank you to Quince for sponsoring this video. I will see you guys next time. Bye.